guys, I'm Tiffany,
I'm Stephanie,
and we're Sisters of the South, back with another Valentine true crime story for you. But before we get started, we just want to remind everyone to please hit that like button if you like our videos and subscribe for more true crime content every week, which is absolutely
Free.
and we all like free. And hit that little notification bell so you know when to come hang out with us. And with that being said, we're going to give a little shout out to our friends over at SoFly. SoFly.
So small.
And I will let her tell you about them now.
None. Yeah, they are a family-owned business here in the Houston area, and they specialize in embroidery and in lasering. So what they'll do is take an accessory such as a purse, hoodie, cap, keychain, anything like that, and they will accessorize it to your needs. That could be your initials, your logo, or your name, or any little icon that you like. They also have an array of colors. So if you'll reach out to them, I know that you'll be happy. They will make an ordinary occasion very special. And they do our merchandise as well. So, again, we know you'll be happy. So, with that being said, we're going to put a little video in for you to see what they do. So, here we go.
All right, guys, we hope you enjoyed that video. Please go check them out, buy you some stuff, and let them know we sent you. And by the way, they just welcomed a new baby girl, so congratulations.
Congratulations.
All
yes,
right.
She's beautiful.
Yes.
So they have a new inspector or a new quality control inspector in the family. So congratulations to y'all. We will link their information in the description box below. So go check them out.
Yeah. And we're going to let Stephanie get started with the story now.
So here we go. Raymond Fernandez and Martha Beck would seduce at least 3 women out of their life savings before gruesomely murdering them in the late 1940s after luring them in with Lonely Hearts ads. And so any of y'all who are not familiar what Lonely Hearts ads are is actually people would post things in the newspaper looking for love. So now where we go online and do that, not me. But
no, I'm not on there either.
This generation.
I need to Tinder in the 40s, guys.
Yeah, I need to clarify, not me. I have never done it before, and I say we as a society, that's how people reach out and find people now. But where now we post everything online to socialize and find love or friends, people back in the olden days would do it in the newspaper.
Stephanie's just letting you guys know you cannot find her profile online.
Nope, and I'm not available. I am happily married, so we're good. Just to clarify. So the couple's twisted love story involved one of the most depraved murder sprees in the United States history and inspired numerous films. Raymond Martinez Fernandez was born on December 17, 1914 in Hawaii to Spanish parents. He moved around a number of times, eventually traveling an ocean to work with his uncle in Spain, where he married and started a family by the time he turned 20. Fernandez served in World War II before deciding to return to the U.S., abandoning his wife and 4 children. Yeah, that's a little crazy. And it could have been a lot to do with, PTSD from the war or whatever. But, he's kind of beginning his track record at this point. On the ship, he suffered a head injury which damaged his frontal lobe and led him to be hospitalized for 3 months. He then fell into a life of crime and was sent to prison for theft. There, a Haitian cellmate reportedly taught him voodoo, which he believed made him irresistible to women. So he's got this voodoo juju going on now, and he just thinks he's hot shit, guys.
He's going to get him some women.
He's going to get him some women. He's irresistible. So, Martha Jewel Beck was born on May 6, 1920, in Florida. A glandular problem caused her to be overweight and to undergo puberty prematurely. Now I know what my problem has been my whole life. It's a glandular problem.
Mine too. Yes.
So, that's my excuse, guys.
I am now diagnosed.
I am diagnosed. I can't help it. I'm pleasantly plump, and it's not my fault.
So now I can just relax.
That's it. You get what you get. Now we can go eat tacos and have margaritas. Guilt free. Beck later claimed during her trial that she was assaulted at a young age by her brother and that her mother was also abusive.
That's
And
sad.
I think that's really sad. And honestly, maybe she had a medical issue, causing her weight problems. But let's be honest, if you're being abused by your mother and your brother is abusing you, that's also going to cause some internal issues as well.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people turn to food, drugs, alcohol, and
That's her vice.
Yeah, her vice was food. So Beck completed nursing school but struggled to find a job and bounced around the U.S. for a time and eventually returning to Florida while pregnant with her first child. Shortly after, she became pregnant with her second. Beck married the second baby's father, but they divorced within months. In 1946, as a single mother of two, Martha Beck landed a job at the Pensacola Hospital for Children. A year later, she placed a Lonely Hearts ad and soon received an answer from one Raymond Martinez Fernandez. I mean, he's got that voodoo going on and he's got to share it with somebody, and Martha is advertising that she's looking. So here we are. Fernandez came to Florida from New York City to stay with her briefly, but returned to the city. Beck was then unexpectedly fired from her job, so she packed up her life and moved in with Fernandez because, what else are you going to do? You lose your job? She's looking for love. He's available. Let's just move right in with a man you don't even know.
Sure. I've known people that have done that.
Sounds like
it always turns out for the best.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like she was looking for an out anyway. And so they were the perfect couple for this. She doted on him and he confessed his life of crime to her.
Why not?
She's doting on him. She's obviously madly in love with him at this point, and he's got that, the voodoo curse going on.
So he could say anything.
Let's back up. It's not a voodoo curse. It's the voodoo.
But I have to say something. It's not voodoo if you're out looking on an ad. Voodoo would be bringing them to him. He's literally searching for these ladies online.
Yeah.
In the newspaper, sorry.
It's not like he's walking down the street and these women are just
falling all over themselves.
Him. Yeah. So possibly influenced by her love of romance novels and certainly influenced by her new love for Fernandez, Beck gave up her children to the Salvation Army and committed everything she had to Fernandez. And that is so sad to me.
Well, did he ask her to do this?
There's no clarification on that. I think that she was so probably mentally tired at this point of taking care of life and things happening, and it's possible, I don't know for sure, she might have seen her children as a burden and maybe get in the way of her having a better life, that she just decided to give them away. Now, I don't understand that concept because I'm going to fight for whatever for my children.
No man is going to come between me and my children.
I would never.
I don't care what he's offering.
Go dump my kids off at Salvation Army, at the fire station, at a foster care place. Never.
No.
I don't understand it. I don't know. Maybe it's this voodoo.
It's always
curse.
Voodoo.
I don't know, but it just sounds odd to me. Fernandez continued to answer Lonely Hearts ads, and Beck often posed as his sister, claiming that he was just a guest and the home was hers.
What?
It's not even hers. She has nothing. She even gave away her children.
But she gave up her children, moved to live with him, and he's like, yeah, this is my sister. I'm going to hook up with this one over here.
And I would feel, that would make me feel like a second will at this point. Like, obviously, I'm not enough for you if you're still putting ads out there and looking for other women.
Yeah.
But Martha is so down on herself and has such a low self-esteem that she's going to accept this because she's madly in love with Fernandez. I don't get it, but it's sad. But he took full advantage of that.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Well, the lie allowed him to keep his public respectability, and it made his victims more comfortable to have someone else in the house with him. It also makes me think, how weird is this guy? If he needs someone else in the house to make his potential love interest comfortable, he must have been a really strange guy, right? That's really weird to me. But nonetheless, Beck's love for Fernandez made her incredibly jealous. And if he ever slept with a woman from the ads, Beck flew into a rage. In 1949, Fernandez got engaged to Janet Fay, and she moved into his apartment in Long Island.
So she's living there.
She's living there.
And he's like, I found me another one.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to put a ring on it. And you're going to have to deal with it because I'm moving her in.
Dude, I don't think so. No man is worth all this.
No.
See ya.
It is insane to me. When Beck discovered them in bed together, I mean, of course they're going to be in bed together. They're engaged. But nonetheless, she murdered Faye by beating her with a hammer, after which Fernandez strangled her. Fernandez, I don't know. You're a dumbass. So, Martha beats her in the head with a hammer. And then you go, oh, wait, let me get in on this and strangle her. I mean, don't you think she's already more than likely dead at this point?
Probably, but was he like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get in on the action too? Or
so she won't beat him in the head with a hammer?
This is going to kill me too. So we're just going to, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I helped.
Maybe he was smarter than we're giving him credit for. Because I just think after the fact of getting... someone getting beat in the head with a hammer. Now you come in and try to strangle him. I don't know. That sounds a little strange to me.
He's like, yeah, baby, I helped kill her too.
Remember, we're in this together. It's you and me, baby.
But do they have a romantic relationship?
On
his side. I see her side. She sees him.
I don't think so. Honestly, after going through this story and this case, I don't think Fernandez felt anything for her.
So she just moved herself in and never left. And he's like, well, I mean, I can use her.
I'm going to use her to my advantage because she loves me and she'll do anything for me. So I don't think he loved anyone, but definitely not Martha. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
The pair was forced to flee to Michigan when Faye's family grew suspicious. They settled in Wyoming Township, just outside of Grand Rapids. In February 1949, Fernandez and Beck met a widow, 28-year-old Delphine Downing. Downing had a 2-year-old child who came with her to meet the pair. And I find it really strange because if I have a child and I'm going to meet a love interest, I'm not taking my child with me. So,
I have known people that did that.
I mean, I'm sure there are people that do, but I would think
it's not normal.
No, I would think you would want to meet someone before you, bring your child into that situation. Maybe she wanted to see how he interacted with her child, but I would want to see one-on-one interaction first.
Of course, most people would, but obviously she's not most people.
No, maybe she didn't have a babysitter, but still.
Okay, then you postpone it.
Then you cancel, right?
But maybe she had a need.
Well, maybe she was desperate. I don't know.
But clearly, it was the voodoo.
Yes, it was the voodoo. She couldn't
Nothing
help
is
herself.
Stopping these women.
It's not even a child.
You cannot resist the voodoo.
No. And at some point, Downing became upset and Fernandez gave her a sleeping pill.
What?
So at some point while Downing was meeting Fernandez and of course Martha, because it was a duo, his sister Martha.
Was she going to have Martha watch her kid?
I mean, possibly. Well, Downing becomes upset. And Fernandez just says, here, you're upset. Take a sleeping pill. First of all, what made her upset? And I could not find out what made her upset.
But then to take oh, here, sweetheart, here's a pill. Yeah, I'm not taking that. You've got to
No.
be kidding me. I'm
What
pissed
pill?
off.
Right.
I'm not taking a pill.
Definitely not from someone I'm upset with, right? But I I guess Delphine was so upset she lost her mind for a moment and she took the pill or
It's
the
an aspirin.
pills.
Maybe she thought it was an aspirin.
Well, it wasn't an aspirin.
Clearly.
I just wonder what made her so upset. That's just I keep going back to that. Maybe she saw something that was odd. Maybe something was said. Maybe she was cluing in on what was going on. I don't know. It's just interesting to me. The unusual state caused Downing's daughter distress, and Beck became annoyed by her crying. Beck choked the little girl, though it didn't kill her, and Fernandez worried that the bruises would arouse suspicion when Downing woke up.
So she really just has ill feelings towards children
Hmm.
completely.
Absolutely. I mean, soothe her, sit her on your lap, talk to her.
Yeah,
Maybe
but she
she's
gave her own
hungry.
children away. Why would she soothe a stranger that's trying to
True. Take her man.
take her man? She's not going to take care of that baby.
But, you know, my feeling on a woman is with, the motherly instinct, you typically don't want a child to cry or be uneasy. You do naturally try to soothe them, but I don't think Martha had that in her,
No, I completely agree.
especially giving her children away.
If she can give up her own, what would she do to someone else's child?
Right. Yeah. Well, he shot and killed the unconscious Downing so she would not report them, and they stayed in her house for the next few days.
Wow.
At some point, the child's crying became too much, and Beck drowned the sweet little baby girl in a basin of water to stop her tears. They then buried Downing and her daughter in the basement of the house, but worried neighbors had already reported them missing. Raymond Martinez Fernandez and Martha Jewel Beck were arrested by Wyoming Township Police soon after in that home.
Mm.
During the interrogation, Fernandez confessed to 17 murders all over the country.
Jeez.
But he later attempted to retract his confession. I mean, first of all, why are you going to say you did 17 murders and now you're just going to retract it? What, was he in the middle of just a brag session?
Probably.
I mean, that's
Now,
ridiculous.
was this before or after he met?
Oh, you mean the 17 murders before he met Martha?
Yes.
There's no specifying of how long these 17 murders were drug out. I don't know if it was once he came back from the military that he started. I don't know if this goes back to his childhood, early teen years. It never clarified that.
Okay.
But
Well, because he retracted it anyway.
yeah, exactly. But 17 murders, that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah. He told police he was trying to protect Beck, but he knew Michigan did not have a death penalty and used the confession as a way to stay there. However, Fernandez and Beck were extradited to New York for the murder of Janet Fay, a state that did have the death penalty at the time. They were tried and convicted of the murder and sentenced to the electric chair.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, which they rightfully deserve. Soon after, they were on their way to Sing Sing prison. Though Fernandez believed he was trying to protect Beck, she was very open about her motives. In her final interview with the press, she said, "What does it matter who is to blame? My story is a love story, but only those tortured with love can understand what I mean.
What?
I was pictured as fat, an unfeeling woman. I am not unfeeling, stupid, or moronic. In the history of the world, how many crimes have been attributed to love?
Oh my God.
Bitch, that ain't love. None of it is love. You didn't even love your children. You were just fascinated with Fernandez. I mean, I don't get it.
I feel
She's
like
a tortured soul.
she would have done anything for male attention at that point.
Yeah, because she never really got male attention throughout her life, I don't think. I mean, even the men that she married
Not the
or
right
got pregnant
attention.
by left her.
Yeah, not
You
the
know.
right attention. But you
Right.
know what? I'm sorry. You have to love yourself.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And don't come to me complaining, well, I'm a murderer because some man gave me attention and I'm fat because okay.
I mean, she's looking for an excuse to why she did what she did.
Ugh,
She doesn't want to be judged
obviously.
by it. She wants to blame it on the Romeo and Juliet love. She's romanticizing the situation at this point. I mean, Fernandez and Beck were executed in the electric chair on March 8th, 1951 at Sing Sing Prison in Ossining, New York for the murder of Janet Faye. Though police had Fernandez's confession of the deaths of at least 17 people, there is no way to know if the number is much higher. So the police seem to think that he actually murdered 17 people. They actually think that he possibly murdered more. And I'm not sure, and as we just spoke a few minutes ago, I'm not sure if those 17 people are some just him or if 17 being him and her working together. I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, because it sounds like to me the only reason he murdered the ones with her that we know about
Mhm.
is because she started it.
She's the one bashing people in the head.
Yeah, he just kind of, ugh, let's
Yeah.
finish this.
Yeah. So I'm not sure that he's the murdering type.
He just wants to get laid, guys.
Yeah, he's looking for love. Okay.
Sure.
Martha,
Sure,
she
sure,
wants
love.
Fernandez's love and she'll kill to get it. So that makes them both dangerous. And honestly, he's trying to protect Martha. He don't give a shit about Martha.
No.
He doesn't. He never professed his love to her, really. And all she did was talk about love and how much she loved him and she did it all for love. What about your kids, lady? What about that love? I mean, but anyway,
Okay.
the Lonely Hearts Club, once a way for people to find companionship, became synonymous with the killers and became few and far between for a number of years after. Though personal ads, missed connection posts, and online dating soon became the norm, the actions of the Lonely Heart Killers continue to serve as a cautionary tale to those looking to meet someone new. So, now things have changed, everything's done online, but honestly, we know how some of those turn out as well.
Yeah.
And, listen, if I was going to put myself out there online looking for someone, first of all, I can't do it. I'm too old school. I have to meet someone naturally, but I'd be doing background checks for sure, period. And I have to get to know someone for a really long time to even be able to trust them with my life and my family, my livelihood, all of that. So Martha was just out there ready to hand it to anybody that would take it. And our hearts are so much more special than that, guys. We need to handle our hearts with care and not just give it to anybody. Just be sure, just guard it. It's so important. And sometimes some people lose their lives over it. Obviously, they lose money, their hard earned savings and all of that. People are just looking to take advantage. And so
Yeah.
Martha and Fernandez were absolutely two of those people who were willing to do that. And they didn't care who they hurt and harmed during that process. So just keep that in mind when you're out there meeting people. Even someone that you meet at church or in a bar or wherever you're
Well, I was gonna
at
say,
in the
no
local
matter
grocery
where
store.
you meet
Yeah,
them, you don't
even
know
naturally.
them.
Yeah, just be cautious because not everyone's intention is the same as yours. So just be sure about that before you move forward and give them everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what do you guys think? I mean, I think Martha is the one who started the process of the murders.
Oh, I do too.
I do. I think that Fernandez was just out there looking to get laid, looking to have some fun, whatever that meant. I think that that's what he was ultimately looking for.
And I don't think he could have gotten rid of her no matter what he tried.
Oh,
It does not,
no.
it didn't matter. She was
No.
there
She wasn't going
to stay.
anywhere. And he might have been fearful that if
Mhm.
he didn't keep her there, she was going to kill him too.
Yeah.
And that might have been where protecting her came in. You know what I mean?
Well, I know that's where the choking probably came in. So
He probably
sure.
felt safer in prison away from Martha than he ever did roaming the streets of New York, right? He's like, that bitch is going to knock me out with a hammer. I mean, let's be honest. He saw it firsthand. He knew she was capable of doing it.
Right.
So I don't know, but let us know what you think, guys. Remember, it's the month of love. Hope everyone had a great Valentine's Day, but it's also a short month. So get out there and hit the ground running because we don't have very much longer before February ends.
And guys, it's our birthday month.
Woohoo! I already
And
had my birthday. Hers
she
is
just
coming.
had her birthday. So,
And she's coming up.
happy birthday.
Thank you.
I didn't get to see you that day, and her gift is running late.
That's okay. Well,
That's
her
okay.
birthday's coming up too. So we'll be a year older, but nonetheless still fabulous.
Of course.
We are taking
We're
this
like
year.
fine wine.
Yeah, we are like fine wine. We're taking this year and we're running with it, and we're going to make it the best year ever.
Thanks for joining us for
Absolutely.
this journey, guys.
Absolutely. If it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't be doing this.
That's
So we appreciate everyone. But until the next episode, guys, remember to see the good and stay imperfectly perfect. Bye.